Let's get more on this. We can speak to the cybersecurity expert, Rob Pritchard, who has joined us from France. Many thanks for speaking to us, Rob, on TRT World. Let's try and explain this to the layman. What exactly have these two men that have been indicted been accused of doing? Give us some examples.
So they are accused of conducting cyber espionage on behalf of the Chinese state, or they work for the Chinese state, which in essence means they have been hacking Western and other countries to steal information. And that information may be government secrets, or I think more likely in this case, and what has upset Western governments more, is the theft of intellectual property. And quite notably, something that these threat actors, these people who are accused of doing, is compromising what are called managed service providers. So the big companies who provide services to lots of third parties, and then using these compromises as a gateway into their actual target organizations.
So to you and me, how does this affect me?
But to us, probably not directly that much, but it makes Western companies less competitive. It makes Chinese companies more competitive, because if you're stealing intellectual property, you can cut out a lot of the development cycle or testing cycle of your products. And it potentially, of course, gives the West a disadvantage in any military conflict, which hopefully will never arise. But that's why people steal military secrets, to give them a military advantage.
These men have not been caught, so presumably they are still at large. They're organizations that they work for in association with the Chinese government, allegedly. They are still at large. So what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, at large, they're probably not making, I'm sure they're just getting up and going to work as normally. They're Chinese citizens in China employed by the Chinese state. So they're at no risk at all, providing they don't travel to a country which has an extradition treaty with the US. So, yeah, for them, given they probably had travel restrictions imposed on them anyway, it probably makes very little difference. They'll never see a US court. So the impact on them is probably fairly minimal, although it might be uncomfortable were you a spy who's used to being in the shadows to have your name and face plastered all over the internet.
OK, good to speak to you. Cybersecurity expert Rob Pritchard speaking to us from Chamonix in France.